Cheryl Bowen, you've been naughty. Cheryl, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Looking ahead to your work with Congress next year, you've mentioned as an area of possible compromise tax reform. And so I am wondering, do you see a Republican Congress as presenting a better opportunity for actually getting tax reform next year? Will you be putting out a new proposal? Are you willing to consider both individual and corporate side of the tax ledger there? And also, are you still concerned about corporate inversions?
I think an all-Democratic Congress would have provided an even better opportunity for tax reform. But I think talking to Speaker Boehner and Leader McConnell, that they are serious about wanting to get some things done. The tax area is one area where we can get things done. And I think in the coming weeks leading up to the State of the Union, there will be some conversations at the staff levels about what principles each side are looking at. I can tell you broadly what I'd like to see. I'd like to see more simplicity in the system. I'd like to see more fairness in the system. With respect to the corporate tax reform issue, we know that there are companies that are paying the full freight, 35% higher than just about any other company on earth if you're paying 35%. And then there are other companies that are paying zero because they've got better accountants or lawyers. That's not fair. There are companies that are parking money outside the country because of tax avoidance. We think that it's important that everybody pays something if, in fact, they are effectively headquartered in the United States. In terms of corporate inversion, those are situations where companies really are headquartered here, but on paper switch their headquarters to see if they can avoid paying their fair share of taxes. I think that needs to be fixed. So fairness, everybody paying their fair share, everybody taking responsibility, I think is going to be very important. Some of those principles, I've heard Republicans say they share. How we do that, the devil's in the details. And I'll be interested in seeing what they want to move forward. I'm going to make sure that we put forward some pretty specific proposals, building on what we've already put forward. One other element of this that I think is important is, and I've been on this hobby horse now for 6 years, bless you. We've got a lot of infrastructure we got to rebuild in this country if we're going to be competitive. Roads, bridges, ports, airports, electrical grids, water systems, sewage systems. We are way behind. And early on, we indicated that there is a way of us potentially doing corporate tax reform, lowering rates, eliminating loopholes so everybody's paying their fair share, and during that transition also providing a mechanism where we can get some infrastructure built. I'd like to see us work on that issue as well. Historically, obviously, infrastructure has not been a Democratic or a Republican issue, and I'd like to see if we can return to that tradition. Okay. Julie Pace.